Okay, everybody, welcome back to some more mini collection review. This is a small collection, but I think pretty exciting because we're going over the Halo minis I have to represent the Flood. Which we got 3 of these boys. We got the Infector forms. The only other option I could think you could get for these is to try to go into the Mega Block sets. They're not super bad. I mean, they're going to be chunkier, but these Flood infection forms are wonderful. Even if you could just like print up tokens, which would be an interesting thing for me to do, is to try to take a picture of these good enough to produce tokens for. They'll work, because you definitely want to have numbers of those. We only got one of these, and he has broke off the base. It is the kind of the spreader form, I believe it was, the ones that explode. You have less of these to happen to show up, I guess, so you can skip on having them, but having one is pretty cool for representation. And I got the Marine infection, the Covenant one. These are cool. I wish I found more, but I'm definitely not going to be able to find any more of these. So I thought making tokens of these would be pretty good. Another option, if you happen to be a old mini collector like me, if you happen to have any HeroScape, the Flood, the Marrow from HeroScape is a good stand-in because they look bony and fleshy and terrifying. So those are the basic forms. You have none of the pure forms you can find in miniature form that fits the scale, which I find kind of sad. If anybody played Halo Wars, you know what these are. Kind of the Flood tendrils here. Now these are simply D&D Kraken tentacles, and if you can find any, like making some, like a toy that you found at the Dollar Tree that you can cut up and make just tentacles, that's a good idea. But I went and bought these anyway, and they're just a perfect representation. They're already painted. I don't like the water, but yet again, like think about Halo 2, the water that was involved in it. That's really a cool obstacle, especially if you have vehicles for a mission, or just to have one. To show how one can tear up a couple units, like in Halo Wars. The last thing, I talked about HeroScape. Now this is called the Marrow Hive, but I think it's perfect to represent a proto grave mind, if you will. I can't find any grave mind statues, which you'd think would be a really marketable thing for Halo to have, and it would, being oversized, would work for scale, but I couldn't. That is all my Flood miniature stuff. There are some Flood-based terrain pieces, but I'm going to have a separate group of terrain videos along with these miniature set videos. So, and again, keep looking at the Patreon, because I don't know when I'm going to eventually have, because I think I'm going to have the character sheet kind of filled out on there eventually. It's going to take a lot more longer. Like, I would like to have a whole video about how you should fill it out, and then I need to make supplements for the classes. Like, I have no idea how to do a Flood right now, in balance, if you will, because a Flood, if they were a part of your actual party, would have to have a reason why. So we have to think about enough motivations for it. But this was one of the ideas. They're going to share a lot of abilities with the Ungoy, the hunters, not the Ungoy, it's the Angolo. Angolo is the hunters, Ungoy is the grunts. They're going to share a lot of hunter abilities, but yeah, it would be good to have this character sheet out, and then how to fill out skills go alongside that, and then we can go classes, races, kind of thing, and build the game up, especially if we have to get some weapons out. But that's it for now. That was my small Flood collection. If you have any ideas on how to make some of these a little bit better, you comment it down below. But this is Relic Jones signing out.